Thanks, Craig. This shirt is dope. I just want to share a quick one with you guys. If how you think is actually how you feel about anything, then how you actually think about your jiu-jitsu is really going to determine how you feel, and that'll determine whether you want to show up again to do another training session or whether you'll put yourself in different positions and be able to actually expand on the current game that you already have. A big one that I find has really been helping quite a few students that I've been speaking to recently is a little thing, in the old games like the fighter games, the ones where you button bash and they've both got the little bars up the top, and they're the green bars, and you're always trying to make your friend's bar go down a little bit quicker than your bar. This is a really great analogy for you to start putting into your jiu-jitsu game. The reason that is because we always kind of want to win. It's a competitive kind of a sport, and it usually, even if you're not a competitive person, it's nice to try and win. When you the less you understand of jiu-jitsu, the more you kind of look at winning as getting a tap, right? Whenever our training partner taps us, okay, sweet, we could have broken their arm or we could have choked them unconscious. So that's usually the way that works, easy. But the better you get and the more you start to progress along your jiu-jitsu journey, the more you realize that there's more tiny little battles in all of the battles. So for instance, there's grip fighting, there's takedowns, there's passing guard, there's sweeping, there's mount, there's escaping, there's all of these little things. But even those are still quite big. Even within gripping, there's tiny little, there's inside position and outside positioning and how you're angling your body and all of those things. And they can get quite overwhelming to actually try to understand who's actually winning this battle and who's winning that battle. But it actually is very important to try to get an overall feel of where you would be on that winning battle. And the problem with it is sometimes we might be having a 5-minute roll or a 10-minute roll, or we might be doing like an Ironman, half an hour in the gi, half an hour in no gi or something like that. And it can be a little bit convoluted. Then you might go, well, my training partner was heavier than me or fitter than me or more flexible or stronger or all of these different things. So why I want to bring it back to my little video game analogy with the 2 energy bars up the top is regardless of where you are, you can understand that concept. And you can kind of go at any given point. Maybe you just started. Maybe you keep on getting stuck on the bottom of side control, and you're just trying to explode and try to escape. And I'm just using all my energy, and it just seems that all I'm doing is bridging and pushing with my hands and just moving. What I want you to do is whatever position that you get into, mostly, is the next time you're in that position. Let's use my analogy just there. It's the bottom of side control. So let's say we're back. Here I am again, Monday afternoon. I'm rolling with my favorite training partner. I'm stuck back on the bottom of side control again. What I want you to start to do is go, okay, it's 30 seconds into the round. Both of our energy bars are right up there in the green. Rather than thinking, I just need to escape, I just need to try and put some pressure on him, I just want you to start to think, okay, where's my energy bar? My energy bar's probably a little bit more worn down than his because I'm on the bottom. Now, if I really start to push hard and bridge and explode, maybe I escape, but maybe I don't. It's definitely going to take a fair bit off that energy bar, especially if they're bigger and stronger than you, and you put in some big hard bridges. It's going to wear that bar down. What I want you to start doing is, okay, how can I start to move? Where can I put my hands? What about if I do a few little bridges? Maybe if I just shrink my hips out a little bit, does he have to follow me? I want you to start trying to make that person work hard to be in that dominant position, or work harder than you even. Just what can I do one movement that has to make them do 2 movements? That's a little win. That's going to make their energy bar go down a little bit more. That will start to induce a little bit of okay, I need to start making something happen. And in that where they start to make things happen, or even if you just start to put your hand out, something to entice them to take over a little bit of a submission, that's where you're going to start to get them a little bit on the back burner, and having them a little bit on the back burner starts to give you a little bit of time to think and a little bit of time to notice where they're at, a little bit of time to take in a breath of air. Okay, there's a space. When I shrimp my hips that way, there's a little bit of a space there. What if I can exploit that? If I just do a few little bridges and then a little shrimp, they have to chase me a bit. When they chase me, is there an angle that I can start to roll them? It'll start to like open up the game. So I just talked about it from, somebody being at it like a start off level kind of thing, but you can also extrapolate that out to, I don't know, whether it's, say it's standing. We can start to stand and just kind of not overcommit to any one takedown, but not completely. You can start to just play with the grips a little bit, and you can start to make them really need to start working on a shot. Maybe they start to do the same game, so then you start to engage with them just enough to start to get them like backing away and starting to get them a bit jumpy. You can start to put pressure on people without even making it obvious that you're putting pressure on them. When it comes to things like passing guard, and that's quite obvious. You can really start to put pressure on the feet, the knees, pin a single leg, cut to a side, make them have to keep crunching in. When you get onto top positions like mount and side control, rather than thinking about, I just need to like blast out a submission, we can start to, how can I start to separate an elbow away from the body? How can I start to put their shoulders flat on the mat? What if I do a crossface? Is that going to off balance me more than it's going to put? But the list goes on and on. But if I just want to bring it back down, we've each got that energy bar. How much of that energy bar are we going to burn out in this 10-minute roll or Ironman roll or whatever it is, based on our training partner's size, strength, and ability versus our size, strength, and ability? That way you can always be kind of having like little wins, and you can always be, you're always playing a little game, regardless of whether you're winning or losing. And I have to put those in inverted commas, because it's not really winning. We're just in the gym. We're just training. But it's having winning those little micro battles and those little games that we put in our heads, essentially changing how we think about it, makes it way more fun. When we're having fun, we tend to do more. When we do more, we tend to get better. So it's it's building on the wins that progress us up further. But yeah, I just thought I'd leave that one with you. I've been finding it quite helpful. So let's get in the gym and we'll train,